Right, songwriting. We don't know what we're doing when we songwrite, basically.
Nah, we'd go into a room and we call it the room of ideas.
So when we write songs, there's no like set routine. It's different every single time we write a song.
We always start with ideas though, like
like it's very rare we'll go and sit in a room with nothing, or like where it's like, right, let's write a song, because I think that puts too much pressure on having to come up with something brand new there and then, and it can just take a while that time. Like I write loads of melodies and stuff when I'm driving, like when I'm in my car or when I'm in the shower or sitting on the toilet or something like that.
He wrote a full song while sitting on the loo.
Really nice ballad.
See, I can't do that. I have to...
Shows how long I'm sitting on the toilet for.
One thing that I have to do is... Well, we both do it, but you're in the shopping centre. I think last time I was sat on a beach or something like that, and I'm singing ideas into my phone. But you don't sing... you sing the melody, but you also sing like a bit of the production. So you're going da 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 da. You're like a right idiot singing into your phone. But it's one thing that I have to do, or else I'll forget everything.
You've got to record it all down.
Dictaphone's the best thing ever for a songwriter.
So I like it, because you're not restricted. I like writing like that, like when you're driving and you cut off something, in the shower, something where there's no instruments around. You're not sat in a room with recording equipment, because all you're doing then is coming up with the rawest version of the song. So you're coming up with just the melody or just bits of the song that you can hear in your head, and you're not restricted to any instrument or anything. So then I always like it when you go and you do sit down at the piano or you pick up a guitar and you try and work out what what you were hearing in your head. Because I think if I sit down with a guitar or I sit down at the piano, I'm restricted to what I know on the piano and what I know on guitar. Because I just go to the, you sit, like I think any, musician does. You sit down at the piano and you naturally play similar, you have when I sit down at the piano, B, I always play in B. So I know what I'm going to go to. And like I sit down on guitar, I know what I'm going to play when I pick up a guitar. Whereas if I write without it, it could be anything. So that's why I like doing that. And then so when we do come... to show each other ideas. We've got loads of these dictaphone recordings of I've got this song. And sometimes it'll be like a whole song, start to finish. I don't know what it's going to be. We've just got to work out all these other bits. And sometimes
never once have we shown each other a dictaphone idea, though. We always have to listen to it.
Yeah, it's the worst thing.
So embarrassing.
Listening to your dictaphone recordings back is the worst thing. Or playing, I never play into people. It's embarrassing. So what we like doing is going away, having a songwriting trip. So we went away, we found this place in Wales. It was this house that you can only get to when the tide goes out. So you're completely isolated. There's only 4 hours of the day when you can drive in and out to this house. And it was right on the edge of Wales. It was miles away from London, no distractions around. We didn't know anyone there. And really, there's hardly any phone signal, so no one can call you. And it was just me, Danny and Dougie, because Harry's doing Strictly Come Dancing, so he couldn't come, so he was dancing. And so it's just the three of us, and that was it. We had a week, loads of ideas. When you're going away songwriting, you get really inspired. So we've already got loads of ideas to come, and, to put on the table. And you get there, set up a little studio thing, and that was it. And then we just wrote solidly for a week. And it's amazing when you've got that, that inspiration and no distractions, because it's not it's the best thing about being a songwriter is it's not like a job. It's just.
It was good up there as well.
Creativity.
Yeah, it's good up there because you sort of didn't have signal on your phone, so you didn't have any calls to worry about. The only thing we got excited about was having dinner, and that's the only time we had a break. So it was really, really good, and we got loads of work done, and the demos that we came back with just sound amazing.
Yeah.
And
that's the exciting thing about where we are at the moment, songwriting-wise, is that it's the very early stages of the next album. So this is where the sound of the next album takes place. When you start coming up with it. So we like making demos now because, this is when you start showing it to people at the record label and your management and everyone, and, everyone wants to hear what kind of direction you're going down next. For us, lyrics are always the last thing that we do. We always write, I'd say 90% of the time we write melody first.
Yeah.
Always melody first. snoring dog down here, by the way. You got to have a snoring dog in the studio.
Oh yeah, dogs are brilliant in the studio because music relaxes them, especially my dogs. And there's one under the piano and there's one down here snoring. But you've got to have a studio dog. They're amazing studio dogs. And you can always tell whether it's a good song because if it's bad, they're up and they get fidgety. If it's a good song, they sit down and relax. So a studio dog is always good.
Yeah, so lyrics. Lyrics always do last. Lyrics always take us longer than everything else. Like, we've gone into the studio, recorded the whole song, done. Most of the album's pretty much there, and we still haven't even started writing the lyrics on a couple of songs yet. Or we have, like, we know what the song's about. We have, like, the concept. We just haven't, like, finessed everything. So lyrics always take us ages. But it's only because, you know, that's the part of the song where you have, you know, where you're expressing your emotion lyrically, so it's harder. You know, you really have to work out what it is you want to say. Musically, we find it easier to kind of...
It's funny, though, because you'll sing a demo or you'll sing a song with an idea and you'll sing the vowels of a word. It's not really a word, but it's a vowel, but it sounds right to be that vowel.
And we also write our melodies, like, with syllables in place, so we'll know, like, if it should be like da 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 ding, so it would be like an, you know, for that bit of the song it has to be an ing sound or something. So we have whole songs where we know what the song's about, what the syllable structure is and stuff, what the vowel sounds might be. We just haven't written the actual words yet. But it's just, you know, everyone. I guess the point is everyone writes differently, so there's no set formula. It's just the way we work, and this is something we've just found after 8 years. Or more for us, like 9 years writing with each other. You know, you work out on kind of, you know, what to expect from, you know, the way that we write a song and how it's been.
And we've always, like, co-produced our, like, albums as well, so we know in our heads how we want it to sound. And if you can hear a song in your head, it's a lot easier, isn't it, to go forward with it and get excited. It could be the, you know, simplest of melodies and chords, but the way you hear it in your head is so exciting.
Lyrics are very like personal thing as well. You know, it has to mean something to you.
Yeah, and
even if it's something, you know, very simple and something that seems, you know, that's not, you know, you might be saying something that's it's not, you know, something that's going to change the world. You know, it's not like this big grand thing that you're trying to say, big poetic thing. It might be something really simple and small, but as long as it means something to you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that, you know, to make something believable in what you're saying and what you're writing is, you've got to live a bit, and you've got to go through situations, bad, good, and then you write about it, and it becomes more believable. I think the more you live, and the more you go through things in life, and
yeah. So anyway, that's us waffling on about us writing songs.
This is the chord of the day. D.
D.
Bit boring, actually.
Yeah, I was expecting something nice.
All right, let's do this one. This is the chord of the day.
Bit fancy now.
Yeah, a bit fancy.
I can be a bit more simple.
What about this?
Simple but interesting. It's a bit session guitarist, that one.
There you go.
Yeah, I know one thing as well, advice about songwriting, is that when I started songwriting, I mean, they're just horrendous, absolutely terrible, awful songs. And you just have to keep songwriting. It's like anything. The more you do it, no, don't start. But the more you songwrite, the better you will get at it. And write with as many people as you can. Stop. Because I'll sing some of yours.
Go on then.
I will. I sing.
You don't know any.
I don't know that one.
I'm quite proud of that one.
But keep writing because you get better, and the more people you work with, write with better writers. Write with better writers than you, because it'll make you better.
You said laid in a track. You said getting laid in a track. Ooh, the next Brit thing. Ooh, the next Brit thing. Ooh, the next Brit thing. Have you entered your track that you're gonna sing? Yeah. Ooh. So that'll be our chorus.